Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This has certainly been a long time coming. I do want to one more time thank all of those who spent their summer in here with myself trying to find a solution to this budget debacle that we're in. Certainly no one planned this to happen, but it happened. And we were very dedicated to try and find a solution to our problem. Right now, we have some choices to make. I don't believe that there's any appetite on either side of this aisle here tonight to vote for tax increases on people's electric bills, on their gas bills, on their cell phones. I don't think that there's any appetite to do long-term borrowing against future revenues on the tobacco settlement. The one thing I do know is that our constituents voted us into office to come here and get in the game. They did not vote us into office to sit on the sidelines and watch the game. Now, if somebody says we want to do nothing, that I call watching the game. You can do that from home. If you want to vote for tax increases, stand up to the microphone and say, I want to vote for tax increases. But I don't think there's too many people that are going to take a microphone tonight and say, I want to raise your taxes. This is the plan that's up for a vote tonight. So if you don't want to do anything, and you don't want to vote for tax increases, and you don't want to vote for this, what are you for? The one thing I have not heard with all the speakers tonight, other than I've heard plenty of times, don't do this, but I haven't heard one time we should do something else and name it. Tell us what it is that you have on your mind that we should be doing to get us out of this jam. It's easy to criticize something you don't like. It's awfully difficult to come up with your own plan. A group of dedicated members came here almost every day since we recessed to figure this out. I don't want to sound smug, but if there's a better plan out there than what we have to get us moving forward with this budget, somebody please lay it on my desk so I can take a look at it. But if you can't do that, be for something. Stand for something. Don't just say no and sit on the sidelines. I'm going to take my toys out of the sandbox and go home. Don't be that person. Lead. We're all supposed to be leaders of our community. Stand for something. We put together a plan that utilizes one-time transfers. And I will stand here and tell you, after analyzing the numbers all summer long, I can tell you that the transfers that we're making will not disrupt the flow of any of these funds. So when you get those emails saying, well, we're not going to be able to fund this and we're not going to be able to do that project in your district, don't believe it. The letters you got from the secretaries, they are good soldiers to their boss, the governor. When the administration says, we need you to write a letter, of course they're going to write a letter. That's their boss. But what they haven't done since we've put all this forward is show us the proof. I made the statement early on that we've done all of the background data checking that we could possibly do. We came up with our answers and we moved forward. If there's something out there, let us know. But the day after we present this, if we miss something, somebody would come forth and say, hey, you missed this. We have these projects that are spoken for. To this moment, nobody has given us a copy of their contracts and said, here they are. Sure, there's plenty of propaganda that says we're going to cut this funding and we're going to have to do that. Show us why. Please bring us that information. Show us why. Maybe they will show it to the Senate when this lands over there, and I would certainly appreciate sending this to the Senate with your affirmative vote on HB 453 concurrence. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.